Alright guys, we are back for more of my 2024 4th of July special. We just did a game of Family Feud Decades for the Nintendo Wii, and that was a whole lot of fun. And we did manage to win $690 on that, which wasn't too bad. So, for our next segment, we are going to be playing Jeopardy for the Nintendo Wii. Let's see how it goes.
Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone.
We'll just do easy difficulty like always. And here we go. Let's have a great game here, shall we?
This is Jeopardy! Here are today's contestants. Player one.
We're taking on Kenny and Samuel this game.
And now.
And there's the late great Alex Trebek that we all miss very much to this day.
Trebek.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Here we go.
Alright, let's see what the categories are for the Jeopardy round.
And we have one daily double awaiting you in these categories. This means war.
This means war.
Word up.
Word up.
Flowers.
Flowers.
Fictional
characters.
Which
time zone.
And
baseball franchise ships.
Player one, make a selection, please, as we continue. Point the Wii remote at the screen and press the A button.
Let's start with baseball franchise ships for 200.
In 1958, the Dodgers and this team moved west to California. Okay, player one, use the Wii remote or press the corresponding...
What is the Giants? That's right. A baseball franchise ships for 400.
The Braves spent 82 seasons in Boston and more than 40 in Atlanta, with a 13-season stop in this city. Player one.
What is Milwaukee?
Right.
Baseball franchise ships for 600.
You again, player one. In 1955, the Philadelphia Athletics moved to this city, where they remained for 13 seasons. Yes, player one.
What is Kansas City?
Yeah, good.
Alright, baseball franchise ships for 800.
You get to pick again. After the 1960 season, the Washington Senators left the capital and headed west to this town. Let's hear it, player one.
What is Denver?
No, that's
No.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about Minneapolis.
It was Minneapolis that we needed. Okay.
Player
Baseball
one.
franchise ships for 1,000.
In 1972, the new Washington Senators moved west and became this team. Player one.
What are the Texas Rangers?
That is correct.
There we go. We got it.
Choose again.
Alright, let's do flowers for 200.
Holding reserves through winter, these globular underground buds let flowers like narcissus bloom early. Let's hear it, player one.
What are bulbs? Yes. Alright, flowers for 400.
We return to you. This large group of flowering plants attracts serious devotees like those who pay $10,000 for one Peruvian plant. It's player one.
What are orchids? Yes. Alright, flowers for 600.
Player one. This Mayflower of the buttercup family has a C version too. Yes, player one.
What is a cucumber?
So,
No.
Anyone else? The correct response is the anemone.
We are looking for the anemone. Alright, that was going to be my second guess too, but that's okay. Flowers for 800.
A bouquet of a dozen cinquefoils ought to have a total of this many petals.
This I'm not quite sure on, so I'm not going to bother taking a guess on it.
Here's what we were looking for. 60.
It was 60. Okay. Flowers for 1,000.
L. vulgare is the oxide type of this common flower. Here's the correct response. The daisy.
It was the daisy. Okay. Alright, let's do word up for 200.
Change your attitude, or rather one letter in attitude, to get this word meaning height. Okay, player one.
What is altitude?
You got it.
Alright, word up for 400.
Choose again, player one. It's what we call a word that has the same meaning as another word. It's player one.
What is a synonym?
You are correct.
Word up for 600, please.
Player one. This word can mean a hole or any hollow place, especially in a tooth. Okay, player one.
What is a cavity?
Correct.
I word up for 800.
Player one. It's one of the bones of the forearm, or a line from the center of a circle to the circumference. Let's hear it, player one.
What is the radius?
That's it.
Yes! I word up for 1,000.
Select again. From the Latin for kidnapper, it means to take someone else's ideas or writings and pass them off as your own. Player one.
What is plagiarize?
Yep. You get to.
Alright, let's do which time zone for 200.
Vancouver, British Columbia. Yes, player one.
What is Pacific?
That's correct.
Which time zone for 400?
Please pick again. Omaha, Nebraska. Player one.
What is mountain? No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player two.
Alright, Katie says Central. Yeah, that was going to be my second guess, and that's right.
You again, player two.
Which time zone for 600?
Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's player one.
What is mountain? There we go. Now's the time for that. Alright, which time zone for 800?
Reno, Nevada. Yes, player one.
What is Pacific? Yes. Alright, which time zone for
We
1,000?
return to you, Akron, Ohio. Let's hear it, player one.
What is Eastern?
Yes.
Alright, let's go to fictional characters for 200.
In The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Lucy gets into an old wardrobe and discovers this magical land. Player one.
What is Narnia?
Right.
Fictional characters for 400.
Choose again, player one. Snip, Snap, and Snurr, who star in a series of books, are brothers from this Scandinavian country.
I'll try it.
It's player one.
What is Denmark? No.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes.
What does
player
Katie
two.
say? Sweden? That's right.
Please pick again, player.
Fictional characters for
In the
600.
Grimm tale, The 12 Dancing Princesses, 12 sisters dance so much that they wear out these every night.
Let's see what Samuel says. Their shoes?
That's correct.
That's correct.
You again, player 3.
Fictional characters for
This
800.
orphan befriends a goat herd named Peter when she's sent to live with her grandfather in the Swiss Alps.
I don't know it.
Here's the correct response. Heidi.
It was Heidi. Okay.
Player 3, back to you.
Fictional characters for 1,000.
She's the title heroine of Green Gables in a classic 1908 book. Okay.
Samuel says Dorothy. No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Let's go for it since it is
It's
50-50.
player 1.
Who is Anne?
That's right.
There we go. We got it. Alright, let's go to This Means War for 200.
During the Revolutionary War, volunteers ready to fight with 60 seconds notice were called these. Let's hear it, player 1.
What are Minutemen?
Good.
This means war for 400.
Player 1. In this U.S. war, it was the Yanks versus the Confederates. Yes, player 1.
What is the War of 1812? No.
Anyone else? Player 2.
Katie says the Mexican War, and that's not it.
That's wrong. Any other takers?
So that narrows it down for Samuel.
Okay, player 3.
We were looking for the Civil War,
You've got some money
and
again.
he's out of the hole.
Player 3, back to you.
This means war for 600.
This future state declared its independence in 1836 during a war with Mexico. It's player 1.
What is Texas?
Good.
This means war for 800.
Player 1.
Answer! Daily Double!
It's the Daily Double. You are in first place. You need to select your winner.
I'll go for 3,000.
And the clue. Lasting from 1957 to this year, the Vietnam War is the longest in which the United States has taken part.
What is 1975? Got it!
You're still in first.
We're up to $10,800 now. Alright, last clue.
The 100 Years' War, 1337 to 1453, was fought between England and this country. Okay, player 1.
What is France?
Right.
Alright, we got a very good lead at the end of the Jeopardy round with $11,800. And Samuel selects first in Double Jeopardy. Let's see what categories we have for this round.
We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one.
1960s TV.
Catching some Z's.
Z's with Z in quotation marks.
The Body Human.
Monroe
Monroe
Paris. Politicians.
And
And literature.
Player 3. You go first.
Literature for 400.
Published in Spain in 1605, this classic of world literature was an instant hit.
Alright, Samuel says Don Quixote, and he's right.
You get to pick again, player 3.
Alright, the Body Human for
This pigment
400.
in blood transports oxygen. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is the hemoglobin? Yes! Alright, let's do the Body Human for 800.
Microscopic shaggy hairs called villi line the walls of this digestive organ. Player 1.
What is the stomach? No.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 3.
Alright, Samuel says the large intestine, and that's not it.
Any other takers?
So we know now that Kate's gonna get this.
Yes, player 2.
It was the small intestine that we needed.
You again, player 2.
The body human for 1,200. And there's one of the 2 daily doubles.
Answer? One of the daily double. You're in second place, so what is...
Alright, Katie's wagering 750.
Player 2. And the daily double clue. In the arm, the name of this muscle precedes brachii. In the leg, femoris.
She says triceps, and that's not it.
Here's the response we were looking for. The biceps.
It was the biceps.
Player 2, back to you.
The body human for
Next question.
1,600.
The human brain has billions of connections across these gaps between neurons.
What does Katie say? Synapse, and she got it.
Please pick again, player.
The body human for 2,000.
Sometimes caused by tooth grinding, the disorder known by these 3 letters can lead to a clicking jaw. Okay, player 2.
Alright, Katie says TMJ, and that's it.
You You get to pick again, player 2.
Monroe Paris for
In
400.
1948, she had one line in Love Happy, the last Marx Brothers movie. We're talking about Marilyn Monroe.
It was Marilyn Monroe. Okay.
Player 2. You pick again.
Monroe
please.
Paris for 800.
Forget DiMaggio and Berra. The secret to the Yankees' 11 pennants from 1947 to 1960 was Lucy Monroe's singing of this. Here's what we were looking for. The Star Spangled
It was the
Banner.
Star Spangled Banner. Okay, that
Player
makes
2.
sense.
Pick again.
1960 CD
First
for
aired on
400.
September 30th, 1963. Opie the Birdman has become a classic episode of this sitcom. Here's the response we were looking for. The Andy Griffith
It
Show.
was the Andy Griffith Show. Okay.
Player 2, back to you.
1960 CD for
The never used
800.
lyrics of its theme song were written by Gene Roddenberry. Let's hear it.
Katie
Player 2.
says The Twilight Zone.
No.
Nope.
Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
I'll try it.
Okay, player 1.
What is Star Trek? Alright, we got it.
Choose
Alright,
one,
let's
player 1.
do literature for 800.
Of 50, 200, or 500, the one closest to the number of characters in War and Peace. It's player 1.
I'm just gonna take a guess and say, what is 200? No.
That's incorrect. Anyone else? Here's what we wanted. 500.
It was 500.
We
Okay.
return to
Literature for
player 1.
1200.
This title Sir Walter Scott character is torn between Rebecca and the Saxon Rowena. The correct response is Ivanhoe.
It was Ivanhoe. Alright.
Player 1.
Literature for
Back to you
1600.
the next- In his The Trial, bank official Joseph Kay is on the defensive as the accused. Here's the correct response. Franz Kafka.
It was Franz Kafka. Alright.
Choose again.
Literature for 2000.
In a Thomas Hardy novel, Michael Henchard is the mayor of this title place.
Alright, let's see what Samuel says. Casterbridge, and he's right. And that gets him out of the hole.
We return to you, player 3.
Alright, 1960 CV
On
for
the Addams
1200.
family, Ted Cassidy played not only Lurch, but this disembodied hand as well. Here's the correct response. Thing.
It was Thing. Alright.
Player 3. Pick again.
1960 CV for
On August 29,
1600.
1967, he finally caught up with the one-armed man. Here's what we wanted. Richard Kimball.
It was Richard Kimball. Alright.
Please pick again. Player 3.
1960 CV for
In
2000.
1964, Mary Tyler Moore won her first Emmy as this new Rochelle housewife. We're talking about Laura Petrie.
It was Laura Petrie. Okay.
Player 3. You pick again.
Monroe Paris for
See
1200.
Marion Monroe train as a child psychologist and co-write the book starring this unexciting boy-girl pair. Here's the response we were looking for. Dick and Jane.
It was Dick and Jane.
You get to pick again, player 3.
Alright, Monroe Paris for 1600.
Vaughn Monroe had a rich voice in this middle male range, hence the nickname Old Leather Tonsils. Let's hear it, player 3.
Alright, Samuel says Bartone, and that's right.
Player 3, back to you.
Monroe Paris for
In
2000.
1912, Harriet Monroe launched a magazine simply called This. It soon published T.S. Eliot and Ezra Pound. Here's the correct response. Poetry.
It was poetry. Okay.
Select again.
Catching some Z's for
Each
400.
defender guards a section of the playing area in this system of sports defense. Player 1.
What is zone?
Right.
Catching some Z's for 800.
You again, player
This
1.
Italian squash can be eaten raw, steamed or grilled, or baked in a sweet bread.
Let's hear it, player 1.
What is zucchini?
Right.
Catching some Z's for 1200.
Player 1.
Two-word term for the weightlessness experienced by astronauts in orbit.
It's player 1.
What is zero gravity? Catching some Z's for 1600.
Player 1. Kelly will present this clue.
It's the point on the celestial sphere vertically above a given position.
The correct response is the zenith.
It was the zenith. Alright.
Select again.
Catching some Z's for 2000. And there's the other daily double.
Woo! And sir, the second daily double. You are currently in the lead. So, what's your wager?
I will try 7,000.
Okay, here is the clue.
The Lozi people moved to higher ground during the annual flooding of this African river.
Oh. What is Zambia? Oh, dang it, that was wrong, but we still have the
The
lead.
Zambezi.
It was Zambezi that we needed. Okay.
Player 1.
Alright, politicians for 400.
This former senator was the first African-American president of the Harvard Law Review.
Yes, player 3.
Samuel says Rowan Burris, and that's not it.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Let's go for it.
Player one.
Who is Barack Obama?
Good.
Alright, we got it. Alright, politicians for
Back to
800.
you. In 2004, this North Carolinian was almost the vice president-elect. Here's the correct response. John Edwards.
It was John Edwards. Okay. Politicians for
again.
1200.
Before he was New York City mayor, he was the U.S. attorney who prosecuted the mafia in the Pizza Connection case. Okay, player
Alright,
two.
Katie says Rudolph Giuliani, and that's right.
We return to you, player
Politicians for
We
1600.
hope Silvestre Reyes can keep secrets. In 2007, he became chair of the House Permanent Select Committee on this. Here's what we were looking for. Intelligence.
It was intelligence. Okay.
And now the 2000.
Alright, final clue.
This former Massachusetts governor was CEO of the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. Player two.
Alright, Katie says Mitt Romney,
That's correct.
and that's right. Alright, we do barely have the
I'll
lead
see
right
you
now,
at the final
$7,200 at the
Jeopardy.
end of Double Jeopardy. It all comes down to Final
Here
Jeopardy.
comes
What
the
is
final
our
Jeopardy
category?
players. The category is this. Italian inventor.
Italian inventors.
So, what's
Oh, this might be a little tough right here. We could still have a chance to win it here. I gotta think hard here on the wager. I'll do 6,000.
Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Now it's time for the final Jeopardy.
Alright,
clue, and
here's the clue.
here it is. In 1910, his new invention helped Scotland Yard catch a murderer escaping to North America across the Atlantic.
I'll say who is Nikola Tesla.
What did you put as your response?
Samuel said Nikola Tesla.
Sorry.
No, that's
What
wrong.
was your score, Pi?
He risked everything, so that puts him down to 0.
Did you come up with the correct response?
Kay said Gabalo Makuni,
And this
and that was what we
How much to
needed.
your score?
She risked 755, bringing her up to 7,205.
Let's see your response.
I said Nikola Tesla, but we know I'm wrong.
And that will set you back.
6,000, so I dropped down to 1,200, and Katie's the winner. Oh well, we tried.
Congratulations to you, player two. Thanks for playing, everybody. See you next time.
So that was not too good of a game right there, considering that we lost out on the win right there, but it happens. Either way, I still have fun. Alright, so anyways, that is going to do it for Jeopardy for the Nintendo Wii as part of my 2024 4th of July special. But we still have some more games to play, and we'll be right back for our next segment right after this, so stay tuned.